What's going on, guys? Alright, I'm here. Alright, I got a lot of ground to cover. I've been putting this stream off for a while. Got a lot of ground to cover. And, wow, what a year 2019 was for music. It was a crazy one, let me tell you. Yeah, I'm on vacation. Cheers. Okay, so I'm just gonna rattle off a lot of this stuff and show you guys. Oh, what's that doing up there? We'll get to that later. Eh? Forget about that. Okay, so I don't know. Most of you know, but maybe somebody that'll watch this video doesn't know what Record Store Day is. But Record Store Day is an annual event that's international, and all the coolest record stores have like super limited edition variants of vinyl releases. Anyway, yesterday, Saturday, would have been Record Store Day. Tony would have got here last Wednesday. We would have seen Tool Friday night at the Orlando Arena, or whatever it's called now. Then yesterday, Saturday, would have been Record Store Day. Man, what a different weekend that would have been. Anyway, I lately, my collecting habits have evolved over the last several years to where when a year is over, I've got all the stuff that I bought that year, basically. All the new stuff, all the Record Store Day stuff, everything that I bought that year, all together in a crate. Basically, I start the year with an empty crate, and then by the end of the year, it's full and then some, sometimes, like it is now. So anyway, Record Store Day is a special kind of day for music. It's not like, it's not about like new stuff. It's not, well, I mean, it's about new stuff too, but it can be like an old release done like on a certain color or certain like numbered edition or something like that. So I'm gonna run through a lot of the Record Store Day stuff from 2019 first before I get to the actual new releases for the year. So if you got nothing to do, get a cup of coffee and listen about a couple of albums that you missed out on or that you might not know about that you might want to check out. Yeah, Walmart has some limited edition stuff going on too. Like it's a very lucrative market. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to run through some of the Record Store Day 7 inches. The Menzingers did one. That was pretty awesome. Bad Religion with My Sanity. The Menzingers did a double-sided one. It was, well, they're all double-sided, but No Penance and Cemetery's Garden. Two pretty good songs. Bad Religion did My Sanity, backed with Chaos from Within. Youth of Today did like a reissue, obviously, because they haven't done anything in a long time, but old Youth of Today reissued for Record Store Day. Mark Lanegan, old singer of Screaming Trees, did some stuff with Queens of the Stone Age. I'm a big fan of his. I got the Mark Lanegan box set from Record Store Day a few years back. But it did a 7-inch. I'm not going to go into color or anything on most of this stuff. L7, featuring 2 brand new tracks from an upcoming LP. I never did follow up on that and hear the full length. I need to download that actually. I'd like to hear that L7. That's their first stuff in a long time. Did anyone see the cult horror movie, The Dead Don't Die? There's the theme song of it here by Sturgill Simpson. It's a Bill Murray movie. It's really good. I liked it a lot. I watched it coming back from England one time. This is yellow, I think. Yeah, it's like canary yellow. But yeah, check out The Dead Don't Die if you haven't seen that movie yet. That was a pretty fun little movie. Now, again, this is all Record Store Day stuff from 2019. Hank Williams Estate put out some of his unreleased four covers by teenage Hank Williams circa 1940, 6 years prior to the start of his professional recording career. First time on vinyl, exclusive pressing on red wax. Pretty awesome. The Specials did a double live where A-side is featuring Sophia Khan, 10 Commandments, and the B-side is featuring Amy Winehouse with You're Wondering Now from the V Festival in 2009. That's pretty cool. Queen for Bohemian Rhapsody did a reissue, repackaging of their first, or well, no, I don't think it was their first, but when they put out Bohemian Rhapsody and they backed it with I'm in Love with My Car, it was like a joke from the movie, but this has those two tracks on it. Very cool vinyl here. Love that. Got Freddie on here. Awesome vinyl. Okay, now this is that's it for the 7-inch stuff from Record Store Day. I think. Now just a regular release. This is non-Record Store Day, but this is a flexi disc that my favorite band Sam I Am did in 2019, and it's some old music, but this was a really cool series that this label, I don't know if they're really a label, but group of people have done some charity flexi 7 inches, and all the profits go to whatever charity the band wants it to. So I think it's a really cool idea, and obviously I'm a huge Sam I Am fan, so I grabbed that for like $10, I think it was. So basically a $10 donation to whatever charity they decided they wanted the money to go to. All right, I'll keep going with this 7 inches from the year. NoFX has done a 7-inch of the year, or I mean a 7-inch of the month club membership again for 2019, and it still hasn't finished. I still haven't gotten all of them, but I've gotten quite a few of them. They come 2 at a time, and they've all got little pieces of a picture that'll be able to be put together once I have all of them. Don't know when that will be. It's taken quite a while to get those 8 that I have. Excellent band I love that's super fun called Dad Brains, not Bad Brains, but Dad Brains, Daddy-O. Put out a 7-inch in 2019 called Daditude. Awesome stuff. I love it. I love them. Tenacious D put out a Third Man Records 7-inch in 2019. Tom York and Flea did a song called Daily Battles for the motion picture soundtrack of Motherless Brooklyn. Awesome. Mercury Rev put out a 7-inch from their full length of the same year. Bobby Gentry's Delta Suite Revisited. Sermon. The Lemonheads put out 2 7-inches to back their album. Can't Forget and Take It Easy. Teenage Bottle Rocket and Milo, or Human Robots, did a split. Pretty awesome. I picked that up on the Teenage Bottle Rocket show, which was one of the only shows that I saw this year. Probably going to be one of the only shows that I saw this year. Alright, moving right along, special shout out to the 420s in the house. Cheech and Chong did a picture die cut 7-inch for Record Store Day. Limited edition 4200, bro. That's right. Mastodon did a cover of Stairway to Heaven for their buddy Nick. And backed it with a live version. Pretty cool. Just on black, but still pretty awesome. The Doors put out like one of their first performances, the first known live recording, captured on the Sunset Strip in 1966. Limited edition of 11,000. Pretty awesome. Where is Paul? Where's everybody? You guys share me. Give me a share smash. And let's see who's still awake. Wants to catch this stream live. I'm probably going to end up putting this up on my YouTube channel when I'm done here. Alright, so here's some more Record Store Day stuff. Ramones, New Year's Eve, December 31st, 1979. Gorillaz, The Fall, got a reissue on awesome green color vinyl. I don't know if the color is really coming through there. Really cool. Notorious B.I.G. and Craig Mack did a promotional thing way back in the day where they put out their demo song in a big Mac box, like fast food. Pretty ingenious, but they did a repressing of that with the cassette and the 12-inch for the first time pressed, and this is still sealed. I just took the tape out so I could store this flat. I've got the tape sealed too somewhere. Speaking of awesome hip-hop, Kool Keith, this record is really, really cool. There's like so many cool features about this record. It has like pictures on it and etchings and run out groove tricks. There's like a whole screen printing or something on this side. Amazing release from Kool Keith. ODB with the Intoxicated EP on yellow. Oh yeah, son. Know what I mean? Alright, knocking them down here. I'm getting through this pile. Office Space got a proper vinyl pressing for Record Store Day. Yeah, these are all Record Store Day releases that I'm still on here. Dr. Dre with the Chronic, Nothing But a G Thing. It's a must. It's a must. Alright. Oh. I got quite a bit more Record Store Day stuff to get through, so I'm just going to rattle some of it off. I got The Life of Brian, The Life of Brian, Picture Disc Wicked. Pretty awesome. Got the cast on this side. Got the Life of Brian logo. It's cool. The Kooks did a live one. I got the Bowie Pinups picture disc that came out. That's still sealed. 7 Mary 3 did a run of 1,000 copies, I think it was, of American Standard. 200 of them were on white. They went really, really fast. And I found one on black that was a copy of an edition of 800. So I got that sealed too. John Lennon Imagine raw studio mixes and unreleased studio outtakes. That's incredible stuff for any John Lennon fan. Pink Floyd, A Saucer Full of Secrets mono copy. Remastered original mono mix. Amazing. Set the controls to the heart of the sun. Okay, moving right along, some more Record Store Day stuff. Jeff Buckley in Transition EP, 7 unreleased performances from his legendary first studio sessions for Columbia Records. Got my favorite, well, a version of my favorite Buckley tune on here. Oh no, maybe not. Okay, Last Goodbye, but it was called Unforgiven at the time. And there's an extended version of Hallelujah on there too, pretty cool. Okay, Weezer gets special edition for 2019. Say what you want about Weezer. Go ahead. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Weezer gets special edition for 2019 because they not only put out one album, they not only put out 2 albums. Weezer went crazy. Weezer went loco, SA, in 2019. Two releases for, well no, 3, that's right, 3 releases for Record Store Day specifically. Okay, so let's just say Weezer put out the Black Album. I hate to say bad things about bands I love, but let's just say this is probably on one end of the spectrum for Weezer, and it's not the good end of the spectrum, in my opinion, as a diehard, loyal Weezer fan. Anyway, they did an interesting thing that year as well, and did a whole studio version cover record, aka the Aqua record, and they put out a special run of it for Record Store Day, and I happened to grab one of those, so that's really cool. Oh yeah, this the Black Album, by the way, I got the smoky gray variant of it. Now they also, for Record Store Day, Rockabye Baby put out lullaby renditions of Weezer tunes, which means Weezer released number 3 for 2019. And Weezer also, in collaboration with Geffen, I'm sure, put out Dusty Gems and Raw Nuggets, which has seen the light of day before, but never on vinyl and never on blue marbled vinyl for Record Store Day exclusively. So, yeah, Weezer with the powerhouse 2019 release championship. Okay, more Record Store Day stuff. Sublime put out 2 releases. One for regular April Record Store Day. Okay, so there's 2 Record Store Days every year. There's regular Record Store Day, which is like usually the Saturday closest to 420. And there's like a Black Friday special Record Store Day that's like a smaller run, kind of. It's been ramping up, actually. I think they've been releasing more significant numbers on Black Friday Record Store Day lately, but it's generally a smaller thing. But anyway, Sublime ended up doing something for each Record Store Day last year. They did this one, which is awesome. Nugs, the best of the box set. So this is kind of like a rarities greatest hits or something, if you will. And then for Black Friday Record Store Day, they put out the Roots of Sublime. Now this is a really cool record because this has 4 songs that Sublime covered or made their own from traditional songs, and then it has the original song that they borrowed from right after it. So there's 4 songs on here, a Sublime song that you know, and then like the original that it was inspired by. So that's a really cool concept and a really awesome smoky gray record too. Second Sublime record of 2019. I'm not even halfway done here, guys, so I hope you're comfortable. I hope you're kicked back. Me and Pablo, Pablo's right down here. I don't know, you guys probably can't see him. We've got John Coltrane playing from the living room. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hitting like, hitting share, that's cool. Getting some people in here, watching. Okay, moving right along. I still got a couple inches here of Record Store Day stuff. The Runaways did a live record, and I had to get it. This was for Black Friday Record Store Day. Original label art, one-time pressing, collector's edition, first time ever reissued on vinyl. It's my kind of deal. Saturday morning cartoons, theme song, covers, double LP, color vinyl, Black Friday Record Store Day, still sealed. This has a lot of different bands on it, from Violent Femmes, Dig, Face to Face, Toadies, Sublime, Wax, my favorite band of all time, probably Helmet, Butthole Surfers, all kinds of good stuff. Sponge, super cool record. I had to buy that. I've got somehow through the years like a big U2 collection going on. I meant at one time to sell it because I used to sell stuff on eBay all the time before the 2008 economy collapse. I was heavily into eBay back then, so I had all this U2 stuff that I was going to sell, and I never did get around to it. So now I've kind of got like a big chunk of U2 crap, for lack of a better term. And they did a reissue of one of their old 12 inches, which I've got some of their old 12 inches, so I'm like, I might as well put that with the collection. Limited edition of 17,000, which isn't that much for a band like U2. So, collectible. You know, Chuck Berry in London, live in London, reissued for Record Store Day. Why not? I said, why not? I figured, heck it. Vitamin String Quartet is another, like, the Lullaby series. They do stuff almost every year, it seems like. But they did The Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is a pretty amazing record, if you're into that sort of thing. The band Life of Agony, which is a pretty great band. I'm still kind of into this band after all these years somehow. Epic Color. Scars. Now again, this was a new record, I believe. Yeah, 2019 release, but this was a Record Store Day release of it. So you could probably go buy that record brand new at the, well, you know what I mean, you can order it, whatever. You can get that record right now, but you'll probably buy a black copy of it. It won't look like that. Devo, live in 1980. What? Yep, I'll buy that. And this is excellent. I've actually listened to this a couple of times. Green Day gets kind of special mention too. They put out more than one release for 2019. They did Woodstock in '94. I think this was, yeah. Oh yeah, it's Record Store Day too. Okay. Oh yeah, I got one more Record Store Day record after this to do, so we're still on Record Store Day here. Woodstock live in 1994 for Green Day. All right, last but not least, from Record Store Day 2019, in the 12-inch vinyl department, the Lillingtons reissued the 20-year anniversary of Death by Television picture disc. Pretty great record. So yeah, Alright, so that's it for Record Store Day. 7 inches, 10 inches, and 12 inches. Now before I go on to other records for 2019, let's talk about the miniature elephant in the room. Does anybody know what that is? This was the deciding factor for me making such a long, drawn-out video about the music and what happened in music in 2019. Because it wasn't just a bunch of records coming out, there was a new thing that came out as well. This is first of its kind. I think that it debuted for Record Store Day, if I'm not mistaken. They put out the players and everything, but alright, so I got one here. I'm gonna have to open this up and show you guys what the deal is here. This is the RSD3 mini turntable. Alright, I gotta be careful with this thing. So it's got all these cables and everything in here to hook it up to your computer, your stereo, whatever. It has a full-size real stylus, little velvety slip mat, and it plays 3-inch records. Brand new to the music world in 2019. There haven't been a whole lot of releases done for it at this juncture, but I've got most of them. The Foo Fighters did this one, obviously. I got a little stack here. Let's just run through here. Some of these were like blind box editions, like, let me see here. I've got 4 Third Man Records did 4 blind box ones, and I bought 4 of them, and I think I only ended up getting 3 different ones. One of them in here I know is a duplicate of the 3 that I did get. A White Stripes, Candy Cane Children, Raconteurs, Store-Bought Bones, and some other White Stripes one. But check it out. It's just a little 3-inch record. There's only one song, the other side is just flat. And it's a very short song, or even some of these are not complete, I believe. Like some of them are just like samples almost of certain songs, but it's just kind of an interesting little novelty. Epitaph Records did a similar thing, blind box. I hate when they do that, but blind box releases. I ended up lucking out finding Rancid. I got a Culture Abuse on blue, and then I ended up seeing Culture Abuse open for the Menzingers this year, and it was actually pretty good. They were decent. A Charlie Brown Christmas did 4 blind box different songs too. I ended up grabbing 2 of those. Steven Universe, the movie soundtrack, I got that one sealed. Beck did one. Uneventful Days, I got that sealed. There's a country collection. I ended up finding all 4 of them. Got Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins. I've still got these 4 sealed, but they're mine. They're all mine. Disney did 4 different ones too, so I ended up grabbing all 4 of them. They did Toy Story, Aladdin, The Lion King, and The Little Mermaid. 3-inch records. No, I'm not sure of the color variant on a lot of these. Pretty much all of them that I just showed you. They might be colored, they might not. I don't really know what I've got as. Most of it is still sealed, but that is my 3-inch record collection for my 3-inch record player that I've got here. Third Man Records did an edition of one too that was like black with a yellow top and all this stuff. Really cool. I would have bought that if I saw it, but this is the one that I ended up snagging. Alright, so that's it for Record Store Day. That's it for the 2 events of 2019 worth of musical release. Yeah, they're all just one song as far as I know. They're just one-sided. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, so let's get into the albums that came out in 2019. In no particular order, I'm just going to really kind of go through this crate however it is in here. Millencolin, old punk band, ended up putting one out. I just got it on black here. Pretty good, solid record. I actually just listened to it again the other night. One of my favorite bands, the Lemonheads, put out their first album in 10 years in 2019. Varsins 2, they did 2 different editions of it, green and yellow. So I tracked down both, because I don't play. Homie don't play like that. Phenomenal band, Off With Their Heads, put out Be Good. I think I just got a black edition of that too. I kind of slept on the pre-orders for that. Great record. Green Day, again, put out one of those records that's not what you would call one of your best records. Cool color. Amazing band, Not a Surf, dropped another record. I believe this actually came out in 2020, but it's slated 2019. I think it was completed in 2019, so we're going to go ahead and count it because we've come this far. Never Not Together. This is an excellent record. I've listened to it many times. I love it. It hasn't quite grown on me as fondly as I felt about the previous record yet, but it's really, really good nonetheless. Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, his side project, Desert Sessions, put out a release that I initially was kind of dismissive of. I thought it was alright, but the more I listened to it, the more it grew on me. There was a big ad for this record at Rough Trade in London when Tony and I were there, and I was like, yeah, I need to give that a better listen. So I actually ended up getting around to it and buying that on vinyl before all was said and done. Joey Cape from Lagwagon put out Let Me Know When You Give Up. He's a sad bastard, that Joey Cape. But this is a pretty solid release. And he's pretty prolific too. He's done quite a bit in his solo career, as well as a lot of stuff that he's done with Lagwagon. Okay, the Tool Bootleggers had a heyday in 2019. They got around to doing 10,000 Days. They got around to doing Salival. And then they jumped the gun before the official release too, with a much cooler cover for the bootleg of Fear Inoculum. Epic record. Definitely one of the coolest albums of 2019. And just a good solid Tool record. Not that they're going to put out slop, but still. I've actually got that I've got that album charging on the computer right now, so actually while we're on the subject, let me see if it's charged up. It probably is. Close some windows out here so I can see what's going on. Alright, so This is the Tool release Fear Inoculum, the studio or the store bought version of it. And let's see if it's charged up. When you open it up, a little movie starts playing. There's audio, there's a speaker here. It's rechargeable, it comes with its own little cord. This is pretty amazing. Pretty awesome stuff. Really cool. It goes on and on for a while. Tool Fear Inoculum. Definitely one of the most anticipated albums of 2019, and the fans weren't disappointed. I'm just disappointed that I was gonna see him Friday night. Kind of stings. I have seen him before, but I really wanted to see him again, and hopefully they're able to reschedule sometime soon, or I get my money back. Either way, Tanya Tucker, Miss Tanya Tucker, put out her first album in quite some time, 17 years. And I just happened to be browsing the record store that day, and they had a drawing going for a signed copy of this record. And I dropped my name in the box, and I ended up winning it while I was there, so that's really cool. I got this for free, Tanya Tucker, and then I've got, what they did, this is a sealed copy of it, and then they had signed slip covers, or not slip covers, but jackets, like the same jacket, but they gave you a sealed copy, and then they gave you an autographed dust jacket or slip cover, whatever. So I've got that with my autograph collection right over here. Miles Davis. Now that we're listening to John Coltrane, one of the only records that you can sit on top of Tool, by the way. One of the only artists that you can just slap down in front of a Tool record and not worry too much about it. Miles Davis' old project Rubber Band was shelved, and like one of those fabled projects that nobody's heard of anything about for 30 years. And finally his estate took into it, finishing Rubber Band and putting it together, picking up all the studio pieces that he had laid down and completing the puzzle, and finally getting Rubber Band to see the light of day. And it's fun. It's a really cool, like, kind of crossover thing before crossover was a thing. Like, this was well before Judgment Night soundtrack. Not that it's that extreme, but he was taking hip-hop and R&B people and putting them with a jazz setting, and it was pretty groundbreaking stuff for 30 years ago. It kind of sucks that it took 30 days to see the light of day. There's an EP from that as well that they did for Record Store Day. I think I've got it filed away, but I'm pretty sure that's a 2019 release. Bouncing Souls Crucial Moments EP from 2019 with some highlighter yellow highlights in the vinyl and black. This is a Crucial EP. If you're a Bouncing Souls fan and you don't know about Crucial Moments, you definitely need to check this out. I think it's pretty excellent. Cold War Kids won me over with their amazing debut record. And I've bought a lot of Cold War Kids since then, hoping that it would be half the genius or consistency of that epic first album. And I'm still waiting. Now, Rodrigo and Gabriela. If you don't know who these people are, you probably don't play guitar, I take it. If you do play guitar and you don't know who these guys are, you need to practice more, because this couple is amazing. There's like there's a very detailed etching on this side of this, or like a screen printing thing, but it doesn't show up well on video. I've tried before. But this is some covers. This is a Metallica cover, Battery, Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss, and Megadeth with Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, done in the Rodrigo Gabriela style, which if you don't know what that is, you should stop this video right now and go to YouTube and check them out. Here's the spelling. Their first record, I think, is the one with like the reptile eye on it or something like that. But they're just a classical guitar duo, but just amazing musicianship. Amazing. Raphael, you would definitely dig them. If that never saw them comment is about Rodrigo, you would really love them. Bad Religion dropped another album, Age of Unreason, in 2019. It's a solid record. Not one of my favorites. Definitely not one of their worst records. Probably not their best. Probably not even top 3 for me. Definitely. No, probably. But still a solid release and head and shoulders above lots of other crap. Alright, so I'm saving my favorite record of the year for last, but this is definitely number 2. The Menzingers put out Hello Exile, and it is just an incredible record. And I ended up buying several variants of it. I've got peach there, I've got the navy, and I think this was the tour edition. This is like oil slick or yellowish, kind of all kinds of different cool stuff going on this one. The Menzingers, Hello Exile. This is probably my most listened to record of 2019. I've almost worn this record out like I do pretty much every Menzingers album. I just listen to it until I don't need to listen to it anymore, because I've listened to it that much that I can just listen to it at will, anytime I want at a certain point. Excellent band called Shellac. Steve Albini, super famous producer, the plumber. His band Shellac goes back many years, and this album, this release, this music on this record goes back many years. But this is a dual edition Shellac Peel Sessions album, and it just saw the light of day in 2019. Even though it just saw a vinyl release, first time vinyl release properly, which Shellac is a huge supporter and purveyor, I think would be the right word, of the analog format. They always record to 2-inch tape, and they like to put their music out on vinyl because that's like the feel, you know what I mean? But anyway, one of these records is from December of 2004, the other one is from July of 1994. 2 Peel Session Shellac records, pretty great stuff. I actually found this on CD as well, so I bought that for the collection. Amazing, underrated, yet legendary somehow band Red Cross put out their first record in quite a long time. Beyond the Door. This is another record that I have listened to very heavily, like abnormally. Your normal person does not listen to a record as many times as I've listened to this one. But I'm not your normal person, am I? I'm Superchunk AF is what I am. Superchunk, my favorite band. I say my favorite band every once in a while, and when I say that, you have to know that I'm either talking about Sam I Am or Superchunk, because those are both my favorite band. They tie. That's just how it is. Superchunk did an acoustic studio version of their album Foolish from 1994. Hence the title Superchunk AF. This is not what you millennials thought it was. It's acoustic Foolish. It's not Superchunk AF, bro. It's not lit like that. Anyway, this is a really interesting and really good record. I mean, the studio album Foolish was a great record and a pivotal moment for the band Superchunk, but the acoustic version really kind of showcases their maturity as a band. I'm good at this, aren't I? I could BS about music all day long. Fat Mike, speaking of BSing about music for your entire career, Fat Mike from NoFX put out his kind of official solo debut with Cokie the Clown, with some star musicians backing him in the studio. He had he had like Duff McKagan, I think, played on this record, and Travis Barker played the drums on a couple of tracks on here. He had all kinds of stuff. This is one sad bastard of a record, so if you really want to get depressed and go down the rabbit hole of dark, pathetic solitude, then check out Cokie the Clown. The whole bipolar opposite of that would be this album from the fun band, the Eagles of Death Metal. They put out a cover album just at the very tail end of 2019. Eagles of Death Metal presents Boots Electric, performing your favorite songs. They do It's So Easy from Guns N' Roses, Careless Whisper from Wham, and many, many others, including Abracadabra. High Voltage, It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll, Long Slow Goodbye, Trouble, Moon Age Daydream. But this is a really fun, really tight record that will make you shake your butt, and you'll be dancing around the living room going, whoa, he was right. My butt is shaking. Lagwagon dropped their first record in several years, and it's amazing. Railer. And I was able to snag 2 different variants of that. I got the blue. I got the highlighter egg splatter. Freaking incredible record from Lagwagon. They never fail though. Like they never let me down. They always put out some high quality stuff. Violent Femmes put out an album, first one in a while. Not that often. They've been sticking with it. They've been dropping a lot of music pretty consistently for the last several years, but this is another good one. Hotel Last Resort. Some great songs on here. I'm Nothing is definitely a highlight for me. And what's the other one? Not Okay. Another Chorus. This is a pretty solid release from Violent Femmes. I enjoyed it, definitely. Good Riddance. Fat punk rock superstars. Good Riddance dropped a really solid record. Thoughts and Prayers. Thoughts and Prayers with you. 10 Foot Pole. Excellent record. The bass player Joey, I think, from Lagwagon was on this. Sean Sellers, one of my favorite drummers in punk rock, drummed on this record. Really solid record, produced by Ryan Green. If you remember 10 Foot Pole, you need to check this out because it's cool and it's escalating quickly. Don't be a D. Tom York of Radiohead fame dropped, I believe, his 3rd solo record. got the limited orange double variant of it. It's No Kid A. Strung Out. Wow. Songs of Armor and Devotion. This is one pissed off record right here. If you want to hear what a recent slice of pure energy and having a chip on your shoulder, kind of like just ambitious, heavy, fast amazingness, then check out the latest Strung Out record. Wow. Awesome album. Okay, these two records I'm going to present at the same time. Mercury Rev and Frank Turner. No, Mercury Rev did Bobby Gentry's The Delta Suite Revisited, and Frank Turner did an internet series, I think it was, of like vlogs or something, where he did collaborations with these women, songwriting collaborations or female written songs, I think it was. And Frank Turner worked with different women and did these stories from the perspective of a woman. Really awesome, solid releases, both of these, but they're very similar concepts, kind of. Like, this is basically not really, I guess they're a little bit different. This is basically Frank Turner with a different backing band. This is like Frank Turner with a rotating cast of female musicians, not the Sleeping Souls who most of his records feature. Whereas this would be Mercury Rev featuring different female singers, and it's kind of a similar concept, I should say. But they're both well worth a listen. And if you don't know about either of these bands, Mercury Rev or Frank Turner, then you need to listen to them as well. All right. Moving right along. I'm getting there. I'm really getting there. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel here. I've only got a couple more records to go. So let's jump to this one. Good F. Yeah, there we go. Good F. You know what I'm talking about? This is Tim Kinsella and I believe his Good F or girlfriend. Pretty interesting, danceable record. Anything Tim Kinsella puts out, I buy, because it's just that. It's the most out there music that I enjoy, because there's a lot of out there stuff that I'm not too fond of, but Tim Kinsella is out there in a way that I can relate with, man. Happy 420. One of my favorite drummers of all time, if not my favorite living drummer possibly, John Stanier of Helmet fame, Tomahawk as well, and Battles. This, I believe, is the fourth full length from Battles. But don't quote me on that. They did a lot of EPs and stuff, so you could argue. But this, again, this is another danceable, like most Battles albums, very danceable feel. And it's kind of got that vibe of like later Radiohead stuff, where when you listen to it, you're like, yeah, that's cool, because it sounds like somebody programmed it, but then you see them play it live and you realize that it's actually just them playing it that's that robotic. They're just that toit. I love this back cover art too. This is like incredible album art on this record. Then there's like a little underground like subway poster on the inside. Great record from Battles. In a similar vein, Chick Chick Chick, Pow Pow Pow, Bam Bam Bam. They're another one of those bands that they could pretty much put out anything, and I'm probably gonna pick it up. And this is a fun record, definitely. And this band's getting some just desserts here lately. Me and Tony were eating dinner in a TGI Fridays one night, and I heard them come on the radio. I was like, that's pretty cool, I guess. Hear a band that I listen to, most of them aren't on the radio, you know, like this band, Face to Face. A lot of people still don't know who they are, but they're legends among the punk community or whatever. But they dropped Live in a Dive, and it's pretty solid. It's pretty good release. Alright, so I've only got one more record, and it is my pick. It's my favorite single record of my Desert Island. If I had to spend one more year with only one record to listen to from 2019, it would be, you guessed it there, Wise Guy, Masked Intruder. Huh? Forget about it. They're great. This record's awesome. I'd do anything for these guys. These guys are awesome. I love them. I got the Red and Blue Light variant of Masked Intruder 3, 2019 release. You see that behind you? You better watch out there, because Officer Bradford's gonna pull you over there, and he's no joke there, Sizzle Chest. I got it autographed. You know? Forget about it. I got it autographed. Let's see, I got another, I believe this was a mail order variant of it from probably Interpunk, I think. And then I saw him on tour this year, at the very beginning of this year, and was able to pick up the tour exclusive neon green variant. I just can't say enough good things about this band and this record in general. Masked Intruder 3 is like it's like a way of life there, guy. I mean, they're a bunch of sweethearts is what they are. It took a long time for them to grow on me, but man, once they grew on me, ooh, good thing I'm wearing Dickies. Stuff just rolls right off. Once Masked Intruder grew on me, it was like a fungal infection or something. It was just something you had to learn to deal with. But they just keep getting better. They're definitely one of those bands that just keeps getting better and better. And their last two records and the EP, Love and Other Crimes, is amazing. I actually made them sign that too. I've got it right here. When I saw them, I brought a couple of album covers. Me and my friend Richard went and saw them. Check it out. Yeah, it's like blue, green, yellow, red, free yellow, hashtag free yellow, hashtag red, don't count. Alright kids, I'm finally done with this video. I've been wanting to do this video for a while because of all that amazing music and the historical year of music that was 2019. You definitely have a good perspective in hindsight, don't you, when you've got it good. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I've kind of refined my sorting habits and how I keep my music around. So by the end of every year, I've got a crate or two of releases specifically from that year. So when I started getting 2019 together a few months ago, I started realizing how much great music there was, and that was kind of the seed and why I wanted to do this stream, and it just kind of took me this long to get it all together and be ready to do it. Plus there were a few releases that came out, like the Desert Sessions record that took a little while to grow on me, but then once I dug it, I went back and bought the vinyl. So it took me a while to get all of the actual albums that I wanted to represent 2019 for this video, but I think I pretty much got most of the stuff that I was really into for the year. I want to make an honorable mention to Kim Shattuck. Shout out and rest in peace to Kim Shattuck, who's an amazing punk musician that we lost in 2019, singer of the Muffs, singer, guitarist, songwriter of the Muffs, a bit of a legendary person herself. So rest in peace to her. And I mean, we lost a lot of other amazing musicians in 2019 too, but she was one that was kind of from my school of music, and a lot of people that I respect and am friends with and stuff definitely took a blow when she passed away in 2019, so very sad. But not to end on a sad note, you know, go and check out Masked Intruder 3 and you'll be all happy, you know? That's kind of how it works, but Masked Intruder 3, wow. What a record. I'm going to get going here. Check out Masked Intruder 3, check out the Menzingers' Hello Exile, check out the Desert Sessions, check out Nada Surf's latest record for sure, and be good, be safe. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm on vacation for the next week, so expect some more content from me. I'm gonna try to do some live streams, some YouTube videos probably, and I've got a new songbook together. Actually, I got some sheet protectors and a new binder, printed up a whole bunch of songs that you guys have never heard me play before. So my fingers are raw right now because I played for hours and hours over the last couple of days already. I've been playing for Tony on the phone a lot, probably driving her crazy. But getting my practice in, and thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found a new record that you want to go check out, and let me know what you thought of it. Thanks. Nighty night. Happy 420, kids. I love ya.